Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be breaking down the 49ers in week 1, talking about their best passing concepts. All right, we're starting here against the Detroit Lions. But if you like what you're seeing, please feel free to give me a like, subscribe, comment, and be greatly appreciated. Okay, so getting into it. The 49ers, right? Kyle Shanahan, I was expecting to see some drop back games, some really creative concepts here, but it pretty much was exclusively play action, which really shouldn't surprise anyone considering how well they run the ball and how much Shanahan loves to run the ball anyways, regardless of who he has on his roster, right? He's going to make sure that he's getting that ball on the ground. All right. Now right here, because of that tendency of running the ball so often, he's actually very balanced, right? There's a lot of play action in his offense. So right here, we're running some crossers, right? Clearing out, we're going to fake the pitch, which I always think is unique, motioning this fullback over to really think he's going to lead block for that pitch, right? And then over here, I really like this. Right now, if you're able to do this as a coach, hide your players, right? If you have a big tight end, or if you have him stood up, he's going to stand out. But if you have him crouched down in that tight end spot, for some reason, these backers, these defensive players, they don't really notice their routes that much. You can get a little sneaky when you do that. So right here, we're going to actually have Kittle on the drag. Then we're going to have Debo on the deep crosser, which I think is a really good concept in itself, right? And then you're going to have this big post taking two with him. Now, the key for that big post, when you're running this, all right, you want to run it in between the safety and the corner. That way you take them both with you and vacate the area for the cross. All right, so let's take a look. First, let's look down here, or up here, I should say. All right, we're going to look at these two routes coming across. So Kittle, it's sneaky, right? They don't even notice him. Look at their eyes. They're looking downfield. They're flowing downfield, right? And he's going to just sneakily hit this drag across. No one's even coming with them. That's why if you can hide your big tight end, some of your star players down there, all right, for the high school level, all right, it can pay off big time, especially like this when you have one of your best players with no one around him being able to make a play, all right? And even though he gets the ball, Debo's still open too, all right? So things like that. That's why play action, if you do it right, like Kyle Shanahan can, it can be so effective like this. All right, and then look at that, letting your best player get some yak. All right, now we're getting down into the red zone. We have Trey Lance in here. We're selling split zone, all right, going play action off the split zone, and we're hitting that crossing route. But right here, I really, really like this as a red zone play, even maybe a short yardage play, okay? So we're selling that inside zone, that split zone, he's coming across, running back's coming down. Then here at the top, we're running a nice whip route. Okay, if you got a good route runner, even in general, that's a hard route to cover. Even if you're not that good at running routes, you're running in and back out. It's like a mini double move, right? So watch that whip route. So he's coming in. He actually does a really good job here. All right, and then he snaps it out. He's wide open. I think that's Sherfield, right? And then if that's covered, say you got a really good DB, you got this cross coming. And then over here too, really big here in the red zone. Getting those back of the end zone digs, those can open up late too, right? Just a really good concept, especially down here on about the 5-yard line. I really, really like this play right here. All right, another red zone play right here. A lot going on. Very hard for the defense to decipher what in the world is happening. You have players going left, going right, going all over the field, and here's what I'm talking about. We're selling this outside zone. All right, you already have this motion coming from Sherfield, right? And then you have Debo post-snap coming across for the split zone action. All right, let's take a look. So let's watch this outside zone. So we're coming here, and then Debo's coming back this way. Check that out. All right, a lot for the defense to look at. You get the motion. All right, you get the fake with the handoff, right? Now we're rolling out. Now here's a really big key to this too. Right here, okay? I believe this is Ross Dwelly. He is going to pin this edge defender, which usually they're the ones who can disrupt this play. That's why I get very sketched out if I ever call a naked boot. Right here, it's not going to be naked because we're protecting it with Ross Dwelly. Check him out. Watch him do his job. All right, that really saves Garoppolo. Okay, He's pinning that dude in. That's exactly what we need. Garoppolo has a clean chance to get this ball out. All right, so now, right off that split zone, though, now you got this split zone going into an arrow, right? Getting into that flat, and then you have a corner here from George Kittle, all right? And I believe that might be Deebo Samuel or it's Mohamed Sanu. I think, yeah, it's Deebo here, right? We don't score, all right, but that's just some really nice design here. Very easily could have scored. I think maybe if we get that ball out a little bit earlier right there, maybe more on a line, we could probably score there, right? But that's some really nice design here off the play action. All right, getting our playmaker. You're getting your two best players in on the concept. All right, picking between them because just like here, Kittle's covered by two people, so that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. You want Kittle to be covered so something underneath or another route can get open. So very nicely designed here. Doesn't score, but good to point out. All right, right here, out of the I formation, all right, we're hitting pretty much a dagger concept. And I really like this because this shows that Shanahan has these guys dialed in. They're doing their job. They're being selfless. And here's what I'm talking about. All right, we have Brandon Ayuk here in the slot, and he's going to do his job of essentially taking his defender and this middle safety with him to clear out the dig from Deebo, right? That's typically what you do on a dagger concept, right? So he's clearing out. Watch, check this out, okay? Taking two. That's what you want, okay? These two defenders clearing up the middle. That way Deebo can get wide open like this. That's huge, okay? Especially getting Deebo the ball right there, right? With all that space, just because you have a player who's doing their job, taking two, knows their assignment on the concept, that is huge. And then even at the bottom, say for whatever reason they cover Deebo, all right, you should have the flat pretty open too. All right, good, solid concept. Right here, all right, we're trying to hide George Kittle. I'm going to run this back real quick. All right, so he's motioning in. All right, he's putting his hand in the ground, I think. Oh, no, he's just, all right. So it's not technically hand in the ground, but still, we're trying to disguise him, okay? And then we're running that good old Y cross. All right, one of my favorite plays. The DB actually does a solid job, but it's hard to cover someone as good as George Kittle running that Y cross. But here's what's super important. We are running this take two. All right, we are doing our job. Take two, right? Take the safety, take the corner with you. That's exactly what we do. That's being selfless. Takes that inside release. All right, aiming right at that safety. All right, it's just enough to free up George Kittle because look at how much space George Kittle now has to work with. All right, that's all his. Once he gets this ball, he can do George Kittle things, right? That's why I love Y cross. That's why I love seeing receivers who can do that take two, all right, execute it correctly and doing their job, all right, because great plays like this happen. Right here, this is actually one of my favorite concepts in football. It's the double post, all right? You're going to hit Deebo over the middle, off play action here. Now here's the key. All right, so he's running this bang eight, really threatening this space in between the safeties and back here. All right, we should have that skinny post. And then something else that helps is I believe it's Juice. He comes into the flat, which I really like too, holds down some defenders, really putting people in conflict. All right, so that play action really helps. All right, because a lot of the times these middle backers in 7-on, or if they expect to pass, they might drop back right into that zone. But that play action really helps hold that backer. Notice how he's taking those steps up. Right, that's exactly what we want because then it helps Deebo, because we trust Deebo against any linebacker, right? Even against pretty much any DB, but especially against a linebacker, we're trusting Deebo to beat that linebacker and get open. That's exactly what he does here, all right? And then you just get the ball, and he's a tough guy, so he's not afraid to go over the middle. So that's why I really like this concept. And something that I possibly would do, right, is find some way to hold this safety, right? So maybe we can get a corner route at him. I know it's kind of hard off the play action here, all right? But that's just me, kind of giving ideas to any coordinators or coaches, all right, who want to put this in and, make it the best way they possibly can. But you can leave it just like this. This is perfect. But if you have nothing threatening this safety, you really got to get this in quickly, all right, and then check. You would read this inside out. So to this bang eight, all right, to then the skinny post, to then the flat, which the check down is even there too. I mean, he has a bunch of space right over here, so that's why I really like the double post. It's hard to defend, and you can always check it down if they're playing deep. All right, now here is our last concept, the only non-play action concept here, and this is just a smash at the bottom of the screen that I really like. All right, you have George Kittle. All right, again, if this is one of your studs, you can ISO them on the backside. Whoa, I drew that up pretty weird. All right, you ISO them up on the backside. They're going to be very occupied. All right, if you have a big tight end or just that good wide receiver at the bottom here, all right, that you can really just trust one-on-one, that's going to occupy the defense, right? So he's going to run that corner. Then we're going to have a nice little arrow route here from the running back. All right, Jimmy G does a really good job of taking a hit, all right, and really delivering this. But you're going to see that we threw a 2-yard pass, and we're getting a first down out of it, right? Because if you have a really good receiving running back that you can get involved, this is a great way to do it, right? Because he's one of the primary reads here. So if you have a really good running back, you want to get involved in the pass game, get him something quick. All right, this is a good way to do it with that smash and the arrow from the backfield. All right, I really, really like this concept, and you can do a lot of special things off of it. If you guys check out my Twitter, Instagram, all right, I post a lot of cool concepts that I really like, and I think I have something on there where you can utilize this, and if not, I'll definitely upload something. But yeah, this is one of my favorite concepts. Just smash with an arrow. It's easy on the quarterback. And if you start hitting that running back because they're scared of this happening, that's just going to free up the corner route from the tight end or your X receiver, whatever it is, and that's why I really like it. All right, so that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. It means the world to me. Comment if you want to see whatever team, whatever you want to see, just comment it down below. Getting into this, I really, really want to just keep this going. This is 3 days in a row, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your